Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Virgo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. All right, so we see the Two of Cups, beautiful soulmate energy. This person is also showing up as the Ten of Swords, so somebody who's experienced some sort of painful ending or personal loss. All right, they're viewing you as the Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo energy. And we see the Hierophant card defining this connection, Taurus energy. This is something that very well may lead to a higher level of commitment or marriage here. And we see the Four of Cups. So I kind of feel like you meet somebody here very unexpectedly. I feel this is somebody who's not really looking for love, Virgo, when you meet them. This is someone who might be feeling a little bit bored and discontent with, the dating options or just love in general. But this is your soulmate, Two of Cups energy. This is somebody who, is loving, is emotionally balanced, somebody who's going to match your energy. All right, we have the Nine of Wands. You may sense that there's some sort of past life soulmate connection here between the two of you. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who's been hurt in the past, and it's this Ten of Swords. So I don't know if they've experienced like the loss of a loved one or a very painful separation. The Nine of Wands tells me this person might be somebody who's been taking a break from dating or from love, or just taking a break here to heal. This is somebody who's strong, though. I kind of feel like Virgo, they have quiet strength. And the Ace of Wands, but they are excited about this passionate new beginning with you. I feel like this is somebody who's creative, but I do feel like this person has some heavy burdens here. All right, and my Virgos, how you're going to be feeling Empress energy in reverse, Taurus and Libran energy. So some of my Virgos, you may feel like this person doesn't fully see you at first, or there's like they have so many responsibilities, or they have some sort of grief here, which you might feel like makes them a little bit emotionally unavailable. So with the Empress energy, I'm not seeing that you feel like you're a third party, like there's another lover or romantic rival in the mix, but more so like you're not sure at first if this is something you should invest in, if this person is emotionally available, if they're ready, if they're going to honor your worth and your value, or they need to really be focused more on themselves. So again, Virgo, you're very emotionally intelligent. You're very intuitive here. You're also very cautious about situations you're getting involved in. But I do think that this is going to be quite a pleasant surprise, okay? So we see that this person is wealthy, so they have a lot to offer. They've worked hard to achieve their success. A comfortable lifestyle is indicated. All right, yeah, they're definitely in this passive role, so they're okay with letting others take the lead and make decisions. They're potentially uncomfortable asserting themselves. All right, we see they could be a Sagittarius or have strong Sagittarius placements, known as the teacher and knowledge seeker, a bold, fiery sign, and they're comfortable leading others. Okay, and there may be a bit of a generational difference here. It is possible for 10 plus year age differences to work. Okay, so there may be quite an age difference. It could be 10 plus years, it could be 6 to 8 years, but it does feel like there's an age difference here. All right, the Ten of Swords tells me this person has experienced some sort of personal loss here, Virgo. Like I said, it could be the loss of a loved one. It could be a divorce or a separation. All right, we see the Devil energy in reverse, but they are freeing themselves from some sort of karmic situation. So maybe it is another relationship, or it was a job that was, just eating them alive, basically. And we see the Four of Cups. Yeah, this person is rejecting someone or something here. It's been painful, but they know that it's for their highest and their greatest good. Four of Cups here indicates too that this is going to be something or you, Virgo, are going to be someone that really takes them by surprise, someone they weren't expecting. My Virgos, you're going to be feeling the Knight of Swords. You're going to be seeing things clearly. There's a big part of you, I feel, that wants to move forward with this person, but there's going to be a little bit of that lack of confidence about whether or not they're ready or they're in the right energy to get involved with. But I do see a lot of my Virgos moving forward here with this connection with this person, seeing them clearly, speaking your truth, feeling comfortable enough to speak your truth to this person. All right. So we do see other involvements here, but I don't really think this person is like dating other people. I feel like those other involvements are whatever it is that they're leaving behind. This person may be a singer or music is important to them. And we see throwback hippie. So this person may have like a bit of a retro style. They might like music or cars from that era. They might decorate their home in a bit of a retro style. All right, and we see from down under. So there could be some sort of Australian connection here, whether they're Australian, maybe they studied in Australia, maybe they're traveling to Australia, maybe they have family in Australia. All right. Let's see what else my Virgos need to know about this person. Okay, sudden wealth. Okay, so I actually feel like that's this connection for this person. Like they didn't know how much they were missing, like real, true connection. And remember, Virgo, soulmates are sent to us at the right time, right? At an unexpected, but at the right time, or imperfect timing. But I kind of feel like you come into this person's life and they feel this sudden wealth. Things change. It's lighter, it's brighter, it's happier when you're around. Okay, we see thief energy, which tells me that, for some of my Virgos, this person might have lost a bit of money in a divorce or in some sort of dissolution of a partnership or a business or something like that. It may have been unfair or seems unfair. But I'm also seeing this thief energy as you're going to just steal this person's heart, Virgo. And we see occupation. Yeah, I kind of feel like your person, I feel like your person here is like living their life and they're not completely satisfied. They're a little bit bored. They're a little bit discontent. They're feeling a little downtrodden. They're feeling a little bit beat up, by love, by life, by relationships, whatever it might be. And they're just working. They're working on themselves. It does feel like they have a lot to offer. They may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed or exhausted. But they're definitely rejecting what they know isn't in alignment with them. But it just feels like they've taken, they've had some hard knocks recently. But then it's like you show up, Virgo, and everything changes. All right, so it's like you are going to really be a light in this person's life. All right, let's see what else we need to know. So, yep, this person has been extremely hurt by a loved one in the past or the loss of a loved one. They may have an imperfection in their speech, okay? So they may, it could be a small stutter or a slur, or maybe the language you speak with them is not their native language. So they might, say things differently or incorrectly. Your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision here. And communicating their feelings comes easy for them. So I do think this person is going to be somebody who's sometimes a little bit blunt, but not in an off-putting way. And we see that this person is wealthy or they own their own home, so they have a considerable amount of stability here. Now, this person is viewing you, Virgo, as the Nine of Pentacles, which is Venus and Virgo energy. So they see you as independent. They see you as healthy. They see you as really high vibrational. I mean, she takes good care of her house, her home, her finances, her responsibilities. Okay, so let's see. Nine of Pentacles. And the Magician in reverse. This person may be a little bit distrusting at first, okay? So you both might be a little distrusting at first. But the Magician energy in reverse tells me this person might be worried that because the energy that they're in, that you're not going to take action, you're not going to communicate, that you're not going to want to move forward with this person. And I do see there may be like a touch of hesitation there in the beginning. This person might also be a little bit worried, Virgo, that they can't match your energy, that they don't have enough to offer you. And the Nine of Swords, yeah. I'm not really seeing them seeing you as stressed, Virgo, but more so I think this person is going to be stressed about you, stressed about this connection, because they feel so deeply. They weren't expecting it. And I kind of get like they're kind of going through this awakening or this dark night of the soul or this transition or this difficult time period. And they're going to be losing sleep over you, Virgo. Because it's like you're the first person that's touched them the way you've touched them. Also, I want you to pay attention to repeating nines. Nines are an energy of destiny. Okay? And my Virgo's here, the Judgment card in reverse. There is going to be something here like that is going to make you a little bit unsure about up-leveling this connection in the beginning. And again, this person might come off as a bit emotionally unavailable, but like I think they're worried about expressing their feelings because they're worried about rejection. But this person is so into you, so their feelings for you run so much deeper than you're going to even realize. And I think my Virgos, that might be a little bit off-putting at first, or it might make you think, okay, maybe this isn't someone that I should invest in. But their feelings for you run really, really deep. All right, let's see what else we need to know. So they see you, what they love about you is the Hermit archetype, Virgo energy. They love and adore your Virgo energy. You seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. It serves your personal creativity. So they may see you alone often, but they see you as also somebody who's not codependent, somebody who's, equally as independent. They love hearing your stories. They love listening to you talk. So you have an ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Yeah, so they love like hearing your experiences. And Virgo, they see you as an angel. I really do feel like this person sees you as the light in their life when they're going through a difficult time. Like you are put on this person's path for a reason, Virgo. And you may not even really realize that. You may be like, this person just kind of comes off as a bit emotionally unavailable, or they're not interested. I'm not sure I should invest in this. But it's like if you really knew how they were feeling, I feel like it would change all of that. And this person sees you as an angel, Virgo. They see you as an earth angel. Now we see Taurus energy defining the relationship, which is telling me there's potential that once we kind of get over this initial energy of, I don't know, I'm not sure if this is my person, this could be someone who's very compatible with you. This could lead to a higher level of commitment. All right, we see to expand your emotional capacity, this connection stretches your ability to give, receive, and hold emotion with greater depth and awareness. Ooh, yeah. All right. We also see stability through awareness. This connection brings steadiness through conscious engagement. Yeah, so it's like there's stability here, but it's like it takes some time to get there. Not because the energy isn't there, the feelings aren't there, but I just feel because like I've got two people who are feeling a little bit guarded at first. And we see to teach you what love is and isn't. So this connection clarifies emotional truth by showing you what feels aligned and what no longer does. Yeah, and so I feel like the more time you spend with this person, the more time you get to know this person, the more you're together, you're going to realize like why other connections didn't work out. You're going to realize what's really important to you in a relationship, what you really truly need. And this connection highlights differences that invite understanding. Growth comes from awareness. So you're going to be learning through contrast. Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's like you kind of have what each other need. All right, let's see what else we need to know here, Virgo. I do see this being, potentially being a long-lasting connection, but let's see. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos. What else do we need to know here? All right, divine timing, so it's going to happen unexpectedly. We get that all over this reading. We see bonding. Yes, as you get to know each other, you discover many things in common. You discover how perfect you really are for one another. And some of you meet this person through work, or a common cause connection brings you together. That can be friends, that can be volunteering, that can be the gym, that can be anywhere you go back to, but you might go into this person's job, they might come into yours. And we see love language affirmations. Loving words hold great power. So someone here may work with affirmations, but also I'm seeing that for some of you, the more you talk to each other, the more you get to know each other, the more you realize, like, damn, you know, this is what I want. This is really right for me. So I feel like, you know, it's a beautiful shift, a beautiful pivot in this relationship. We see the month, well, not the month, we see it's not too late to make changes, okay? And we see the month of May coming through. But for a lot of my Virgos, you're not really meant to know when this is happening, because it is happening in divine timing, in perfect timing. All right, my lovely Virgos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.